celebrated because I knew that it didn't count if I only played it in one key. So I had to play it in all 12 keys. And once I played it in all 12 keys, then I celebrated, and I got a lot better just from doing that. So that's what I want for you. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to listen to a little bit of the solo that even Oscar Peterson played, and then I'm going to show you how you can use the 6 principles of NEQ music, of playing by ear, and figure it out. Okay, so here, let's listen up. Sounds like this. Oh man, that's such an amazing solo. Alright, anyhow, we're only going to do, this is the first part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually play it. Alright, now you can't see me, but it should sound like this. Now I did it a little bit slower just because I want you to kind of hear what he's doing. Obviously he's faster. Okay? However, you're not going to have to do that now. I'm going to slow it down slightly, not too much, because I want you to have to work for it. But we're going to break it down according to the NEQ Music 6 principles of playing by ear. Okay? So let's go so that you can get a visual of what I'm doing. Actually, you're not going to get a visual. You're just going to be able to hear it. Okay? So let's go. Alright. So now let's make practical use of the NEQ Music System 6 principles of playing by ear. And I'm going to show you, alright, even at this level, you can even figure out things as hard or complex as the Oscar Peterson solo, okay? That's going to be a lot easier as you complete all the exercises of the NEQ Music System. However, at least for now, you can see what you can expect. Okay, so let's take a listen. So as we know, it's a lot faster. We're not going to do it that fast, all right? And I am actually playing it. See the piano here? However, I deliberately covered my hand up here because I don't want you to be looking at what I'm playing. As you can notice, if you see this, look at this. See how you listen. See how you hear this. Now, if I do this, you can actually hear it better because your eyes, you can't use your eyes to see what I'm doing. So your ears actually are heightened. And that's what we want. And that's why guys like Stevie Wonder, those guys can play because they have a heightened sense of their ear. So with you not being able to see what I'm going to do, it makes your ear a lot more sensitive, and that's what we want. That's why the course is audio. However, I'm doing these videos just to help you go through it because I know that people need some accountability. So when you see me, then hopefully you'll be a little bit more accountable every week. Okay, so let's get back to it. So let's listen to it a couple of times through. That's principle number 1. All right, listen to the song a couple times, song or melody a couple times, or until it's in your head. So a lot of times I have to get it in my head. So let's listen. Okay, now I'm going to listen to it again. Now, let's say I didn't know what key that was. Guess what I can do? I can start looking for the key. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go to principle number 2. Principle number 2 simply states, listen to 1, 2, or as many notes as you can memorize. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to listen to 2. Let's step it up. Let's listen to 2. All right? And I even do this even at the level that I'm at. Sometimes for some songs, if I want to make sure that I get exactly what they're playing, for example, I'm doing a complex classical piece or a complex jazz piece, I'll break it down to 1 note or 2 notes if I want to get the exact note, because I understand principles. I know that there's so many different combinations you can make. However, I personally want the exact principle. So let's listen to 2 notes. Let's see if you can actually find them as well. All right, so here are the first 2 notes. Okay, heard those 2 notes. And what I can do, trying to find the first note. That sounded like it. All right. And then I'm like, let me listen to those 2 notes again. Those are the 2 notes, all right? So now that we find the two notes, I played it while the music is stopped, right? I listened to the two notes, then I played them while the music is stopped because I found them. Now I have to double check if it's correct. So what I have to do is play along. All right, so I found it, and then the third note slipped in there. So it sounded just like it, okay? So now what do I have to do? Well, okay, well, I go to principle number 5. And principle number 5 says, repeat steps 2, 3, and 4 until you get all. So I got to do that whole sequence again. However, this time, I found the first 2 notes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to listen to 3 more notes after the first 2. All right, so this is very important in playing by ear. Okay, you got to know the skills of rewinding and fast forwarding. Now, I know we're not using tape cassettes back in the like back in the day. You have your iPads, you have your CD players or MP3 players now, and so forth. But you got to know how to still rewind and press pause and all those things to pinpoint the right section that you want. So right now, I know I have. So now let's add 3 more notes. Okay. So I'm going to add 3 more notes like this. Let's see if you can figure them out. Well, you're going to have to because I'm not going to tell you what the notes are at all. So listen up and you're going to figure out the same solo. Okay, so here we go. 3 more notes after. All right. I'm going to listen to the 3 more notes after again. Okay. Okay, there's 1. So let's say I wasn't too sure. Let's say I wasn't too sure about the 3 more notes that came after. What I do is I'm going to play along, and then after the first, because the 2 notes I know for sure that I have them, so I play along with the 2 notes. However, for the other 3, what I do is I cut out, and I cut out to hear the other 3 a lot clearer. Because if I'm trying to play it while it's playing, it's too much confusion. You won't be able to hear it. If you have to hear it, you shouldn't be playing at the same time to hear it, okay? So you play and you listen. So I'm going to play the first 2 along with the actual solo, but I'm going to cut out so I can hear the other 3 notes after, okay? So you're going to see how it's going to be a lot clearer to hear. So here we go. Let me just double check. That's not it. So I have to play it again. So let's say I wanted to do 3 more notes after. However, I'm not getting it. So you break it down. So let's bring it down to 1. Let's bring it down to 1 note after the first 2. 2 more notes after the first 2. So we have the first 2, and I want to get 2 more after. All right, just in case. Okay, that sounded more like it. Okay, I kind of slipped in another note, but you see that? It's starting to get more clear. So let's add 1 more note after. So in total, we're going to listen to 5 notes. Right. That's sounding more like it. I can double check. Okay. So let's say you found all of that, and I know you're going to find it. If you haven't found this yet, that means you have to have completed. You didn't complete. Well, I wouldn't say you didn't. I trust you. However, you got to still use your principles. But after volume 2, we shouldn't. Volume 2 and volume 1, we shouldn't have an issue with you finding these exact notes. Okay, if you did all the exercises. Okay. So, however, after you find that, you have to now identify. So, let's say I wanted to solidify this part. What I would do now is I use my any key music playing by ear, and not only that, playing in every key skills. So now I don't stop there. What I do is I'll stop at that one section, all right? But then to continue, what I'll do is I'll play it in all 12 keys. So I'll be like, okay, so what you have to do is you have to identify what you're playing. Okay, I played this number. Okay, because we're in the key of C, by the way. All right, so I played. Okay, so then I identify what numbers. I go to the key of F. Then I go to key of B flat, key of E flat, all right, key of A flat, key of C sharp, key of F sharp, key of B, key of E, key of A, key of D, and key of G. All right, and I am actually playing just in case. All right, however, that's easy for me to do because I've mastered volume 2. Okay, so I've done the exercises so many times that playing in every key is second nature right now. Okay, so now that we found that, like I said, after you find it in all those 12 keys, it's so much easier or so much harder for it to leave your head. It's so much easier to play and so much harder for it to leave your head. So now we found, so let's find 2 more notes after, okay? Or actually, let's find 3 more notes after. Okay? Now, obviously, I've played it before. However, I'm just cutting it narrow. You have to figure it out. I know you can. Okay, so now let me double check. Now, this is, once again, that was principle number 2. And principle number 3 was when I played it by myself. Now, I'm going to double check, which is principle number 4. I'm going to play along. Okay? There it is. It sounds like it. I go to principle number 5, which says repeat steps 2, 3, and 4. So after we found, let's find 3 more notes after, okay? All right, so, and let's say I missed those 3 notes that we did after. Now, here's another thing when you're actually doing these exercises. When you actually, let's say you found, and you want to hear 3 more notes after, which is just what I just said. The first thing you do after you play it, the first thing you do is, or after you've listened to it, the first thing you do after you've listened to it, you literally play the 3 notes that you were trying to find. You do not jump to that. You play the new 3 notes or 2 notes or whatever notes you're going to try to memorize. You play those first. And whatever those notes are first, you play them, right? And then you start from the beginning and play everything that you found before plus the new 3 notes. Okay, I'll say it again. Actually, let me show you what I mean. So right now we have, all right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3 notes after. I'm going to listen to 3 notes. And after it stops, which is after principle number, which is 2, we're going to be able to hear the 3 more notes that happens after. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the 3 notes that I heard, or the new 3 notes that I heard, and then I'm going to play them first, and then I'm going to play the beginning plus those 3 notes, all right? The reason, here's the methodology or the reason behind everything, all right, is because, as you know, let's say if you were in a Grand Canyon or somewhere that's a big valley or a hill or whatever, an echo. You understand how echoes work. So, someone could say, hello, and then you hear, hello, 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 hello. And it gets lower and lower. It's the same thing. The first time you hear something is the loudest that it's going to be. However, every second that passes, it goes further and further away from your ear in terms of what you've heard. Okay? So the best time to play those new notes is the first time, okay? So I'm going to show you what I mean. But as you understand, think of an echo, all right? It's loudest when you first hear it. Hello, 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 and it gets lower, okay? So we're going to do 3 more notes. We found this. We want to find 3 more notes after that. Okay. That sounded like the other 3 notes. All right, those are the other 3 notes. So what I do now, I found the 3 notes. And once another, even though I'm speaking right now, after those 3 notes are played, let's say from the recording we're trying to play it, I don't talk. I don't speak. I don't do anything. All right? I just try to find those notes. So once I find them, then I play and I put it all together. Now, if I have to, let's say it was giving me some trouble, I'll go. You get the idea, right? So if it gave me some trouble, I'll do it in every key to show that Yeah, okay, no, I'm mastering you. You're not mastering me. Okay? All right. So now that we have that, let's listen to the rest. Okay? Here we go. Now, the reason why I'm doing the rest is just for the sake of time, right? The rest is going to play. However, what you can do on your own is you can press rewind. You can press pause. You can press stop. And you can figure out and use your principles, all right? Or you can come back to this after you've completed the rest of the volume 3 exercises below, okay? All right, so here we go. So it's going to go like this. So I'm going to play and then listen to the rest, okay? Here we go. All right, so let's listen to that again. Actually, there's a couple more. All right, I'll listen to it one more time, and I want you to try and figure it out. And you know, this is what I want you to do. After you figure it out, let me know, because I guarantee you're going to be very excited. However, don't be excited. Actually, be excited for a short while. However, don't stop there. When you play it in all 12 keys, that's when you really should jump and shout and say, well, self, amen. I've made it. I'm getting there. Well, maybe not made it, but you're on your way big time, okay? All right, so here it is 2 more times. Here we go. 2, ready, go. All right, got that? 1 more time. Here we go. Ready, go. All right. Did you get that? Well, all you have to do is just rewind it and figure it out on your own. And once again, once you do, actually, I want you to figure it out. And if you can actually record yourself doing it and say, hey, Rob, look at me. I'm playing it. I figured it out. I'll definitely put you in the wall of achievers. Okay? Well, the wall of achievers, you know, you're going to be up there anyhow, you know, for completing the CD, but I'm going to have a special place for you in the wall of achievers if you can actually record yourself figuring that song out. Because obviously you can't see it. So you've had to have used your ear. And then if you can play it in all 12 keys, man, I would be so excited, because it'll show me that these methods work and that you are getting results. All right. So I hope this is helpful for you. I know it's been a while. All right. You're going to have to digest this, but get to the exercises, and I'll see you next week.